Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open. Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
Check. Watch 54.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no.
And got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Alert.
Now Wilson to throw again. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Wilson, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Right there, 54, right there, 59.
Now it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Watch 54. Watch the run. Hey!
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Set up, 8, read. 54, right, 54. Get that quarter. Get it.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on third down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Right there. You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now it's Wilson, able to get away. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Single the slot. Check 3.
On second down, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Barkley. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Barkley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Flushed out right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive game. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Hey, foxtrot.
On 3rd and 2, Barkley. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Hey.
Ito Smith, his first carry, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to... To be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
Let's go now. 30 base.
54 Mike. Hey, me and you all day. All day.
Ready?
They'll run it. Freeman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Freeman. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get 5 on the dump off there, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, arguably, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal.
Let's go. 60 or.
56. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the fourth down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on fourth down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's caught out right by Jennings. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now Wilson on first down. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Jennings was the one he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Myers' kick is good. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Seahawks.
On 1st down, Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wilson will throw again. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on 1st down, Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Alert, 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 alert.
To try again after the sack. Wilson completes it to Fant on the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get them one closer. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They toss to Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Yo, 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 go, go.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Here's Barkley. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 12-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
I got you. I got you.
Alert, alert, alert.
Mike 54.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now here's Michael Dixon standing right on his own 5-yard line. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They have, by the way, gone to the third quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. And the Giants have taken the lead there late in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Watch twist, watch
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He stiff arms him, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
60 outlaw.
From the gun on third down, Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson going to throw again. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Jennings. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Check 50, check 50.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
14.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, this complete to Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down, Seahawks.
On 1st and 10, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Now Myers for the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game.
Makes the score Falcons 28, Seahawks.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
That's it, baby. We don't work.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, high 7. Yo,
Throwing again. Barkley airing it out, looking for Ridley. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Now Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, he sheds himself free. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They run it with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
And the blitz does come. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Al Woods able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open.
And this is caught at the 20. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 42 yards. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go out.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Barkley. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, 55 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time."
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes left side. And that might just cemented. A return for a late touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Seahawks 56. Falcons.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Atlanta
Turn to
offense
zone.
out there for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go.
They'll get the first-rounder Caleb McGarry there.
Down. 90 Wolf.
So don't say nothing.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Barkley. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and pick.
It's caught at the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving.